Hey there everybody, Phil here for AndroidCentral.com. We are in beautiful Barcelona, Spain for Mobile World Congress this week, and this is the brand new HTC One M9. So we're gonna take a quick walk through this phone. There's a lot that's pretty similar to the M8. There's a lot that's brand new, so strap in, it's gonna be one fun ride. So we've reached that point in the year in which we're blessed with the appearance of new Android smartphones, and one of the more anticipated models is this, the HTC One M9. It's the third version of the M series following 2013's M7 and 2014's M8, and in that respect it's very much still a part of the family. There's been no major departure here as far as the design is concerned. In fact, it's fair to say that HTC basically has addressed our chief complaints from the M8 and then tightened things up in a few other places. The display is still 5 inches at 1080p resolution, so it's not that newfangled Quad HD resolution. But at this size, it's still plenty good enough, and fewer pixels is a lot easier on battery life. Now the boom sound speakers are still here, and they're as good as ever, and this time HTC has Dolby on board for a little something extra special in the processing. But physically speaking, the first thing you'll notice with the new M9 is that it's just easier to hold. Its predecessor was a bit of a slippery fish. The M9 is a touch more narrow and has a little lip on the edges that absolutely makes it easier to grip. It also looks good. That lip is where you'll find the stylish new gold trim. And if you look at pictures and think it's going to be pretty gaudy, don't worry about it. It's a lot more subtle on the actual phone. And the body also now has fewer individual parts, and the metal has a new finish, and all of this really makes it the best looking HTC One so far. And you'll also be able to get the M9 in black on gray and in an all gold version. There's an obvious change to the back of the phone as well. The duo cameras and their ultra pixel sensor have been swapped out for a single traditional 20 megapixel Sony lens that also does 4K video. Our initial use with non-final software showed pretty good performance in good light, but it was less than stellar as things grew dark. But we have to withhold final judgment on that until we receive a fully finished phone. Now, Ultra Pixel actually isn't completely dead and gone either. You'll now find it serving as the front-facing camera. HTC also has a new gallery experience, making it a lot easier to add effects to your shots. Stickers are gone, but we're not necessarily sad to see them go. Software-wise, the M9 is running Android 5.0 Lollipop as you'd expect. It's also running HTC's new Sense 7 custom user interface, but it's really more like Sense 6.5. Again, HTC has merely built upon what already works really well instead of rebuilding from the ground up. And we're okay with that, because even in this pre-release form, the software flies. The Blink feed reader is still there, as is HTC's iconic clock, but much of the home screen now is dominated by a single Sense Home widget that gives you 3 activity categories: home, work, and out. And then it tries to predict which apps you'll use at specific times and places. The more you use it, the better it'll get. Third-party launchers have been doing this for a little while as well. Apps you download from Google Play go into a downloads folder. And there's also a suggested apps folder that some folks are going to look at pretty disapprovingly, and we don't blame them at all, especially since we've already seen some of the more spammy security scareware apps show up in there. HTC really is just better than that. But both the downloads and suggested apps folders are easily removable, so you can just get rid of them and they're gone. Here's another fun feature that we've seen on other phones. You can now add a 4th on-screen button and then rearrange the home, back, and multitasking keys in whatever order you want. That's completely optional though. HTC has also brought a new theme engine, and it's really nicely done. You'll be able to download themes and customize colors and icons to your heart's content. And then you can upload them back to HTC's theme community for other people to play with. You can also create a theme based on colors from a picture that you've shot with the M9, and it really is a nicely done feature. And because this is the sort of thing that keeps us up at night, we have to talk about Lollipop notifications and interruptions. Now, they're now built into the system on the M9, but by default, you'll receive all notifications, and you actually have to dive deep into the settings menus if you want to use what Google has forced on us in the latest Nexus devices. But HTC, in our opinion, has done it right here. So use the M9 for a few minutes, and this much is clear. HTC knows that it's got a good design thing going, and there's no reason to rock that boat with the M9. But it has made it a lot easier to hold. And while the jury's still out on the new 20 megapixel camera experience, the software is already fast, but mostly the same as what we came to know in the M8. You've got the new gallery, predictive home screen widget, and an excellent theme engine. And we don't really think it's too early to say this. The M9 is easily the best HTC One thus far.